Am I live? People, am I? It says so. Is it?
Yes, you are.
Oh. Right, hello everyone. Yes, I'm doing my first ever live. I might add, I've been pressured into this. Pressured. But, so Simon is already in here, and obviously I am here for the weekend. Well, I'm here till Sunday. Thank you. I'm here till Sunday. So let's see who's in chat. Hi, woman who sees. And hi, Ava. That's my little niece. Forever edits. Hi, Ava. It's my first ever live. And hi, Chris. Hi, Ellie. Feeding my soul. Ava. A-V-A. How you doing, Ava? Bye-bye. She's not in it long. Yeah, so I'm here for the weekend, and we've got plans for tomorrow. So shall we let a few more people come in? Oh, Singing Moon, hello. Okay, let's just start. So we have plans for tomorrow to go into Chesterfield, so that will be really cool. And there's this really brilliant metaphysical shop there, Curious Goods. So of course that's a must. So some purchases may be made there. We're also going to see what's the castle called?
Bolsover.
Bolsover Castle, which will be really cool. I love going around castles and things like that anyway, so I think that will be a really good trip out. Hi, Mystic Moggy and Trisha and Ramon. Hello. So that's what we're definitely going to be doing. I'm also planning a trip to Waterstones, probably, because the Waterstones here is brilliant, and I don't have one near me. My nearest one is Piccadilly Circus, so it's ridiculous. So, and what I thought, I've had a look, obviously, through Simon's multitude of decks. So there's definitely some here that I'm definitely going to be buying. So I thought we could have a look at the decks that I'm going to be definitely adding to my wish list anyway. Not necessarily buying immediately, but just adding to my wish list. Hi, Humble Spinster.
That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. It's nice to have you here anyway. Deanne, hello. So, start with the decks then, shall we? Oh, I just need to tell you something though. It's you know what I'm going to say. It's a good job Simon and I are comfortable with each other, isn't it? Because look, you said say. I'm going to say. I wish you could see his face. He's like stood in front of me, scratching his backside, and then said, "I don't believe it. I've just stood in front of you and scratched your backside." I said, "Yes, yeah, but like I said, when you've got an itch, you've got to scratch it, haven't you?" I said, "Oh well." So it was funny. So let's first of all get one of the decks. So Simon's got this on his desk already, which is the Tarot of Echoes by Arnatorian. I don't have this deck. I kind of missed out on the pre-order for the indie one because I just couldn't do it at the time. So I'll just have to wait for the mass market. But this deck is so cool. I love this card. I don't know if any of you guys, probably a few of you have got this deck, haven't you? I would think. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you see, Deanne, best friends, because if you weren't, and a lot of these actually kind of jumped out at me, a lot of these images. So, which ones did? This one did. I love that he's like got a plant in his hands. Look like he's nurturing this plant. I don't know if I'm putting this right in the camera. This one's a really nice one. There's so many good cards in this deck. And that was another thing actually. Simon did a, what was it? What was that thing you did, the test?
Training.
Oh yes, a training technique. I said, hey, you're not at work. But I had to do it to choose favourite cards, like cards that really spoke to me. And I said, oh, I've got 15. He said, yeah, now narrow it down even more to your favourites from those. Then I ended up having to narrow it down to 2, guys. It was really hard. And now I bet I won't be able to find those 2, will I? The ones that I narrowed it down to. Do you know this one though? I love this because this just reminds me of like childhood, playing in the woods on swings. So I love that. But I'm trying to find the one that was my favourite. I bet it's at the bottom of the pile. No, it's not. Anyway, let's check the chat. Yeah. Yes, the cut-off wasn't it, at the end of January?
Yeah.
Was it the 20th or something like that?
The last day.
Oh, it was the very last day. I'm just seeing, guys, if I can find the favourite card. Oh, here it is. This is what I chose as my favourite card. I mean, look at that. Seriously. I love that as a strength card. So nice. I mean, look at her. Look at the way that wolf is looking at her. Oh, so nice. And the lovers, this just gave me Poldark in Cornwall Fields. And I also love this one as well. Look, he's holding a dragon. So cute. So there was loads of cards in this deck that I really liked. I'm making a complete mess here on the desk with cards. They're probably going to be in a complete mess by the time I finish this. So let me see. Have we got more comments? Yes, yes, her work is incredible. Well, one of the ones I'm going to show you in a minute is another one of Anna's decks. Let's see, I don't want to damage anything here. And that is this huge, it's a huge box, this Le Tarot Arthurian. And it's been on my wish list actually for ages, but now I've actually seen it at Simon's. Of course, I'll have to get it sooner rather than later. It comes in like an individual box inside this big one, so you could actually just keep it in that on the shelf if you wanted, I suppose. Oh, I love the backs of these. Look at the backs of these, guys. Well, you probably already have, but...
Nody Way's here.
Hi, Nody. Nody Way. I know. You're surprised. I'm surprised. It wasn't my idea. It was suggested to me that I might do it while I'm here, but... Yeah, and you can really tell Anna's artwork. You wouldn't need to be, you wouldn't need to sort of look at it and think, oh, I wonder who did that artwork. It's so recognisable, or it is to me anyway. I've got her bone, stone and earth flesh that she was the artist on. But these ones I think will speak to me as well, because it's like the Arthurian legends. So you get all of the Avalon
Giselle
type stuff in. Giselle! Hello, Giselle. I've been pressured, Giselle. into doing a live and probably making a complete hash of it. Look at this. I love this for the devil. I love like horned people. I love that one. It's just, that would be a perfect, if you I'd love to have that blown up in a big print to put on the wall, because it would definitely be like a Canoenos card for me. Yeah, these are so nice. Oh, look at that one. So this is on the wish list, but like I say, it's been on there for a long time. So, hi Larch Tarot. So yeah, but it's something about her artwork where some of the images just kind of almost leap out of the cards at you. They're like her artwork. I mean, this, I think that's the one on the front. Look at that. You'd almost dip your hand in that water. Oh, I love this one too. Oh, there's too many that I love. And it won't actually bother me too much about it being in French. I mean, obviously the whole guidebook's in French, but you can use Google Translate. But there are some really cool cards in here. I wonder if it'll ever be brought out as an English edition. Probably not. And the cards are gilded as well. It's got that nice gold on the sides.
people saying they're doing amazing.
Oh, I don't know about
and Jax.
Hi, Jax. Oh, what are you cooking? Yeah, sweet and sour chicken with egg fried rice. Sounds yummy. So that's another one that I'm going to be adding, is the Litaro Arthurian. So good. Now, Tarot of a Moon Garden. Oh, this one's only recently come out. In fact, I don't know if it's even generally released yet here. If it is, it's only just. God, how does the box? Oh, it's a lift-off box. I mean, this one I liked anyway in the original version, but what I love about this is, oh, just look at the purple. The purple gilding is so good. And I also like the cards, these longer, thinner type cards, which reminds me of like the Ionassiaus decks. But the card stock on this feels like something I've felt before, but it almost feels plasticky, but it's not. Is it linen? I think it might be, have like a linen effect on it. Yes, apparently it's linen. I don't have many decks that have linen cardstock, so I'm not kind of used to it always. But it's so kind of fairy tale and magical, this deck. That's what I love. Oh, I love this. The Lovers, it's a really cool card. All these things that I'm going to be adding to my wish list. I suppose at least it's not a shop. Otherwise they might be getting added to my case when I go back. Oh, look at the Wheel of Fortune's like. And the colours are really nice and bright on here too. Oh, I love this one, the Devil. Oh, hi, Grey Haze. Oh, bye, Giselle. Thank you for popping in. I agree with everyone saying do more lives.
Yeah, there's lots of comments saying hopefully first deleted.
Well, we'll see if I'm able to do it on my own. Literally, like from home. It's okay doing it at Simon's because he knows what he's doing with stuff, but we'll see. I might be able to. I like the moon. See, the moon and the sun, because there's faces in it. I like faces on moons and suns. So, yeah, this is a really nice deck. I bet some of you have got this already in the new format. But I didn't think it would have these lovely purple edges that it's got. Although I suppose that might come off with wear, I don't know. I'm trying to put these back all neatly, because bearing in mind they're not my decks. Okay. So that's another one. Terrible. And this one, now this one, again, is actually already on my wish list, but I hadn't actually seen it. Oh, hi, Boris Moonfay. And that is the Cozy Witch tarot deck. Now, I know that what I like about this is not even so much the artwork, it's what's written on the cards. Oops. Because I just think they'd be really useful. Like, so for the full deck, for the full card, it says, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. Some of the words that are printed on these, and not everybody likes like things written on the cards, but in this case I think it's really good, and it would be good for a beginner as well. The Magician, you see, you have everything you need to do anything you want. So, oh, and of course I love this one because it's got a cat on it. A high trio of witches.
40 people here. Really?
How many?
40.
Oh. The Empress in this deck. Oh. See, the Emperor in this is female. The cardstock's nice too, actually. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. See, there's some really good like messages on these cards, and that is what has attracted me to it. Not that I dislike the artwork, I don't, but it wasn't the initial thing that attracted me. It was the what is on the actual cards. So he is hoping, you're hoping that I'm going to be doing more lives. He is hoping that I can do more lives, because as with my normal videos, it all depends, because I don't like having lots of background noise, so I'd prefer to be on my own doing it, but it's not always possible. But I will try to do lives in future from home. Oh, look at this cool tower. It's got like the tree. So this is really nice. So again, another deck. And who knows, when I go into Waterstones, there might be even more that I'll be like, oh, wow, yes, I've seen that one before. So I think that's the, oh no, there's another deck. There is another one. It's at the edge. I nearly forgot it. And this was some trouble to get this one as well, because Simon had to get on his hands and knees to get it, because it was difficult to find amongst the decks.
Chris knows about me losing decks.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, Chris, you know about Simon and losing things, decks in particular. So this is the Pastoral Tarot. And when I saw Simon showing this, I thought, oh, I have to have that deck. I haven't got it yet, but it is so good. And it comes in its own little bag as well, so you can just store it like that. But this is so nice. This just reminds me, and I don't mind that the cards are landscape either. I mean, look at the backs. The backs are so nice as well. But this gives me kind of childhood again, and growing up sort of in the countryside area, I suppose, because you know, my dad worked in forestry, so we lived in the forest, literally, and so we're always used to. I mean, that whole forest really was mine and my brother's playground, if you like, because it wasn't like now where, you know, you'd probably be scared to let your kids be like roaming around some forest on their own. I mean, my dad was never that keen on me going on my own, but I had a special place where I used to go. You had to walk along these two, well, basically like just pieces of wood across a stream and into this little area that had like bluebells in it in bluebell season. And I just used to sit in this little almost domed place with all these bluebells in. Hi, Jennifer, Rebecca. And it was lovely, but you see, and like this, like my dad years ago when he was young, before he was married and everything, he worked on a farm and lived on a farm. So that is another thing. So this really like resonates with me. Oh, look at that. So good. And I actually like it that these are landscape. It's different, isn't it, to what we normally see. Now that is a girl in like a cornfield. I can remember me and my brother, who's 2 years younger than me, skiving off from school in the cornfield at the back of the house, quite away from the house, and just sitting in the cornfield and stuff all day. Then another time we skived off school in a hay barn near what used to be my great grand's cottage. There was a field opposite with a donkey in, and this huge barn stacked with hay, and we just climbed up into the barn and got caught. Basically, what happened, one of the rangers that worked with my dad caught us and went and told my dad, and we were scared because we thought, oh, we're going to get in real big trouble here. Hi, Hershey. And what happened was the ranger went to my dad and said, now, I'm going to tell you something about your kids, but I don't want you to be annoyed. I don't want you to go and slap them or anything like that. He said, because, and my dad was like, right, what's happened? What's happened? He said, I've just caught them in the hay barn. So what my dad did, he didn't like slap us or anything like that. We got told off when we got home, but he wrote to the school and told them that we had skived off, and we got a week's detention. Yeah, a rebel. So yeah, we got in trouble with that. But it's funny as well that it was opposite like my great grand's, what used to be a cottage, which was always cool because it was a funny shape. It was called the Threepenny Bit Cottage because there used to be a coin years and years ago called the Threepenny Bit, and it had lots of edges around it, and it was that the cottage was kind of shaped like that. It had its own well for water and everything, but she's the one that basically a witch, you might as well say, cunning woman. So that's where my hereditary bit of witchcraft comes from. Hi, Anne. So yeah, I love this. So I've definitely got to get the pastoral tarot. Most definitely. I'm just about to put it back in the box without the bag. Ugh. It's a nightmare. I've got to put all these decks back later because I don't want to mess Simon's system up.
What system?
What system? Yeah, you couldn't find anything. What
Use that
system?
one.
You haven't got one anymore. Just leave that like that. So yeah. So has anyone been up to anything good? Anything exciting? Do you have a beverage that you are? See how nice Simon is. He's made me tea as well before the live. So I had something to drink. So that's nice, isn't it? This is Lady Grey, which is very nice because it has like a hint of like orange in it. What?
Great, he's just got
Sandra Rolling. That's a pretty good one. Yeah. That sounds really good, doesn't it? View fans only. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Some of the things we did as kids, I'm telling you, we used to go. There was another time where a little further down from where we lived, it was down a lane, and there was this really old cottage, well, house called Elizabeth Cottage, but it was a house. And I think it had had a fire years ago, but it was one that would have had beams and things through it, and it looked really old. And the people that lived there tended to be a bit weird, and they always used to call it like the spooky house or the witch house. And we were going to sneak in there, but we got too scared, and that ended up in the lane across the way in the sort of little woodland there. That was another skiving off school one. There was a big bull in the field as well. Had to be careful, but he was on the other side. But yes, so we're going to have some excitement tomorrow, probably with Chesterfield. I bet there'll be some purchases to show you guys when I get back. Probably bound to be. So,
payday for me.
oh look, see, dangerous. It's payday for Simon. That's it. Oh dear. It's not payday for me, but I've saved some money obviously for this trip. So, oh hi B. So, what is the Sacred Web Tarot?
I've never heard of that.
The rebel with all this skipping school. I know. I mean, it was 3 times that I skipped school in all of my school days. So it sounds really bad because I'm saying, oh yeah, this time we skipped school and this time it's, but they were spread apart, you know. So yeah, because we'd rather be like messing around in the countryside than being in school. Apart from the time when I had a brand new coat, one of the, I think I used to call them Parkers or whatever in those days in the 80s, and I had to crawl under a barbed wire fence and ripped it. My mum was not pleased. But yeah, you see all sorts of things. Mud, crawling under barbed wire fence in the mud in my school uniform. Messing with cows in the field when my dad told me not to, stroking them, and he said, don't mess with those cows because they can have ringworm and you'll get it. Oh no, stroking them, what happened? I got ringworm and had to have medication for it. So I don't know why I'm telling you all this anyway. It's totally off the point. I said I'd be rubbish with this.
You're not.
I am.
You're not true.
I've shown so these decks I'm going to be adding, but there is another one that I might add, but I know it's a pricey deck, and that's the Ephemera. So this is the same creator as did the True Black Tarot, and it is kind of pippy, and you know me and pip decks, but it just looks so nice. I mean, this deck is real light quality. What's happening in the chat?
That's what your ringworm.
Yeah, besides my ringworm, it was on the inside of my leg near the top, just this whole ring. It's a good job it wasn't actually in my head, because I would have lost some hair in, like, I've had this bald ring in my head if it had been in my hair. So that was a good thing. And then the time, what? And then there was the time that I got bitten by a horsefly, and half the back of my leg came up huge and red. That had to be treated as well. But look at some of the I mean, look at that. That is so nice. See, and actually I was looking through this before the live, and some of these cards, even though they're pippish, I think I could read them. Whereas normally I'm like, oh, stuck, can't do it. I mean, look at this. Yeah, so I might put this on my indie wish list, but I know it's a pricey deck. But I mean, look at those backs. So nice. But yeah. So if I do lives, then I might have to maybe tell you some more tales of different things that happened with me and my brothers, and maybe some of the ghosty things that have happened to me, different things that I've seen or experienced. You might like to hear, maybe, if I did a live around that. So I'm just checking the comments.
Lots of people telling me you're not rubbish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My childhood was really lovely, Trisha. And when it's actually happening to you, you don't think about it when you're a kid. You don't think how nice it is, but it actually was. And I think the next tattoo I get will be a dragonfly, because dragonflies mean a lot to me, because there was always lots of dragonflies and damselflies around in the summer, when we lived in the woods and stuff, and you know, lots of different creatures. Even one time, I can remember it, my mum going to get into bed at night, and there was a male stag beetle in the bed. She like screamed the place down. My dad had to get rid of it, as a great big male with those pincer things on the front. But they only used them like in mating rituals. But yeah, that was another thing. So maybe I'll think of some things that are like stories from then, and maybe some like paranormal stuff as well, which, you know, gives something different to talk about other than just tarot. Of course, we can talk about tarot and oracles, but you know, it gives something different to talk about. So yeah, so off tomorrow. That's so probably. How long have I been on here?
35 minutes.
Is that all?
It's like a lifetime.
Because I'm not good at talking. This is why I've always avoided lives. Oh yeah, that would. Simon, do you want to help Sandra assign some mods?
Just can't do it through StreamYard camera, so I'll have to get you to log on here afterwards and go back and
Okay.
assign some.
Oh, good. He'll help me do that. Yeah, yeah. So, okay then, assigning mods. So, Chris, would you be a mod? And if there's anybody else that would, that'd be cool. But yeah, so well, that's probably all for now, guys. Bit of a short one, but it was a first live. I'll have to have a bit more like to talk about next time. You know, because as it is, I've veered away from topic, talking about my childhood and things like that. But yeah,
Anything goes.
or
I said anything goes.
yeah, I know lives you can just talk about anything really, can't you? But yes, I won't bore you with the train journey up here either, or the crowds in London or any of that, because I have to get from my house into the nearest town, which then takes me into London, and then I get the train from there to here. But it's nice anyway just to get out, because I don't go to like loads of places all the time. So it's nice to get away from where I live for a while, and also to see friends, of course, like Simon. So you know, it's just always really lovely. Um, and we always have a laugh and stuff about things. So it just breaks it things up for me, you know. So yeah. So I've got to work out how to sign this off.
Should have that end button.
Oh yeah. Oh, so let me just double check. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit kind of all over the place, guys, because I wasn't supposed to be talking really about um, doing things as a kid and all of that, but I will come back and maybe do a bit more of that another time, and some paranormal stuff. So yeah, so thank you everyone for coming and being here, and your lovely comments. It's really nice to have so many people come into my first ever live. It was really lovely. So yeah, it was lovely to see you all, and hopefully there'll be more lives that I can do from a different place, from mine, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, bye for now everyone. Bye.